So you see, in our diet, sugar is an important factor, you know. So if we take little, let's say we have a small piece of cake, that's fine. But if we take, let's say, 10 rasgullas in our mouth, it's like flood of sugar. That's not good, right? Similarly, our body also go through a lot of emotions. So if we have if we have those emotions in little bit of quantity, whether it is joy, the pleasurable emotions, or whether those are like irritating situations, hmm, or like anger, the burst of anger, like flood of emotions. So emotions, whether it is positive or negative, the flood, if it is coming in our body, is not right, as it is the case in in sugar, right? Sugar, if it is a small quantity, fine. Flood, very dangerous. Similarly, emotions, if those are coming in a small quantity, which we can handle, fine. But if there are flood of emotions that we cannot handle, then it is a problem. Now, can we control the flood of emotions? Flood of emotions, whether positive or negative, they might keep coming. So, for example, you are driving your car, someone hits your car from the back, then it's like flood of emotions. What did suddenly happen? You can't control the flood of emotions. You can't control the source, how those emotions are coming in your life. But you can definitely you can definitely know how do you control it. And anger is sometimes taken as a negative energy, isn't it? But it's not like that. Even even the positive situations in our life can result into negative, uh, can make us negative, can we can have negative attitude. I give you some examples actually. There is a story in Mahabharata. One time in heavenly planet, there was no Indra. Indra's position was vacant, so all the devatas started discussing how to fill this position. We need a new Indra. So so they had a meeting, and then they concluded that at that time there was a king on earth. That king is a right candidate to be promoted as Indra of heavenly planet. So they approached Nahush, and Nahush was very happy, and he was a very pious king, and he was known for his good behavior. So he was promoted and he was made king. He was appointed as a king of heavenly planet, which means he is a new Indra now. Now, as soon as he became Indra, he became very puffed up with all the power, positions, and all the enjoyment, the prestige that he was getting. And he became so degraded that he started chasing previous Indra's wife, Shuchi. So he wanted to associate with Shuchi. So he started sending all the messengers to Suchi that please come marry me, associate with me, and all those things. So you see, now Shu was the king of earthly planet, and he is immediately promoted and made king of the heavenly planet. It's like someone joins as a fresher in a company, and suddenly he is promoted as CEO of the company. There's like flood of emotions will run into his body of joy. huh? So he was not able to control it, and eventually all the Saptarishis came and they cursed him, and they cursed him to become Python on the earth. So, so I gave you this example that there is a promotion of positive, but still it resulted in negative because he was not able to control that positive promotion in his life. Similarly, you see Durvasa Muni. So Durvasa Muni is known for his short-tempered nature. So once Durvasa Muni sent one messenger to Ambrish Maharaj. Ambrish Maharaj was a devotee of the Lord. He was a king. He was a very great devotee of the Lord. So Durvasa Muni sent a messenger to King Ambrish that I want to meet you. And Ambrish Maharaj was very happy as he heard this news. So he started. He asked all his associates that please prepare nicely because a saint Durvasa Muni is coming to meet me. And that day was a Dwadashi day. So what happens actually on Ekadashi? We keep Nirjala fast. Some of us, those are not able to keep Nirjala fast, then they have fast on fruits and milk also. But Amrish Maharaj was keeping Nirjala fast. Nirjala, you know, right? Which means no water, even no water, even no water also. So next day was Dwadashi. So Durvasa Muni was visiting Amrish Maharaj on Dwadashi day. Now on Dwadashi day, you break your fast. Correct na? Ekadashi you are keeping your fast, Dwadashi you have to break it. If you have to break the fast, yeah, nowadays people break on any time, but it is advisable that you break the Ekadashi fast on a particular time only. So every time, every Ekadashi, you will be given a time, like on this particular time frame. Let's say 9:30 to 10 a.m. You can break your fast. So there was a very short window for Ambrish Maharaj to break his fast from Ekadashi. And there was also, and Shastras say that you cannot have prasadam if your guest is visiting you. First, you offer prasadam to your guest and then have it. Now, Ambrish Maharaj was very confused because he has to break his fast in that particular time frame, time window. And at the same time, Durvasa Muni is also not coming. He was having bath outside, so Durvasa Muni was delaying and he has to break his fast. So Shastras say that if you have to break your fast, and for some reason like in this situation you are not able to break it, then you can have few drops of chandamrit in your hand. You can have chandamrit, so like that you will break your fast and you are not having full meal also. Correct na? You are not having full meal before your guest come. So you can have chandamrit and wait for the guest, offer prasadam to the guest, and then you can have it. So he took few drops of the chandamrit, but just by this act Durvasa Muni got angry. He was having bath, but he was able to see this in his meditation. And as soon as he came to know, he came running to the palace, and he said that, how can you insult me? How dare you to have anything before me? What do you think? I'm nothing. I am Muni. You should have wait for me. I am your guest. Not only that, I am a Brahmana. You should be offering the your prasadam to Brahmana first, and then you should be having it. And you see, actually, Amrish Maharaj didn't had much. It just had few drops of Chandamrit. What's the big deal? Correct? But Durvasa Muni got the status issue. He was like, he doesn't consider me as a Brahman. So he immediately created a demon over there to kill Amrish Maharaj. And we know the story. What happened after that? The Amrish Maharaj was protected by the Sudarshan Chakra of Lord Vishnu, because Sudarshan Chakra came immediately. He killed that demon, and then he started running behind Durvasa Muni to kill Durvasa Muni. But then Durvasa Muni took shelter of first he took shelter of different demigods, Brahma, Shiva, and then Indra and all. But then everybody said that, boss, this is Lord's matter. We will not get into this. So he has to finally take shelter of the Lord Vishnu. But then Lord Vishnu said that my devotees are everything to me. You go to Amrish Maharaj and ask forgiveness from him. And then Avnish Maharaj also, in fact, Avnish Maharaj did not had anything while Durvasa Muni was uh, uh, running to save himself from the Sudarshan Chakra, because he was thinking that I am so fallen that because of me Durvasa Muni has to go through all this. So you see, the first situation of Nahush, we see there is a promotion in the life. He was getting something positive, but he was not able to control that flood of emotion. In case of Durvasa Muni, there is no promotion, there is a demotion actually, and that too in his mind. There was no demotion actually, but in his mind he was thinking, even though I am Muni, but he is not considering me anything. So in his mind he was demoted. Um, so there was flood of emotion again uh, uh, in his body, and again he was not able to control it, and he got angry. Correct. So what I'm trying to establish is the flood of emotions in our body of any kind. If we are not able to control it, then it doesn't result good to us. The famous philosopher Mark Twain says that anger is like a corrosive acid that can do no harm to the vessel in which it is stored, than to anything on which it is poured. You understood the point, right? So it's like,
Prabhuji,
yes, Monica.
just one question. So, is this the slide is not moving? We are still on the first slide. So, are
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
showing other slides too?
Yeah, I will show other slides. I'm still, actually, we are still
Oh,
discussing what
okay,
is
okay,
anger.
okay. Okay,
So yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I thought I
No, no, it's
joined
okay.
little late, so I if I missed anything.
No, no, it's okay. So I like people to keep talking, so that's fine. So, so Mark Twain says, the anger is like that vessel. Is like that corrosive acid that can do more harm to the vessel it is stored than to the one it is poured. Which means, it's like it's like you are cooking some item in a big pot. So one way is that you stand outside the pot and then you cook it, and the other way is you stand or sit inside the big pot and then you cook it. So if we sit inside the pot and then cook it, then we will kill ourselves. Correct now? But if we stand outside then cook it, then we are burning the actual food item. So anger is like that, and in our scriptures also it is said that anger is considered as manas rog. It is not. It is said that if the flood of emotions is coming out as an anger and then it resulted in an action, then definitely it is a manas rog. So, according to Oxford Dictionary, anger is defined as a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility, typically aroused by something perceived as an unfair or uh, unjust treatment. And we discussed, we saw some examples how anger is not good for us. There is different. There is a story, famous story, and there's actually a story we tell this story usually to kids, but I believe that it should be more told to the adults because they suffer more with anger than the kids. So the story goes like this: there was one tailor, and his name was Suresh. So he was very expert in his job. So when he opened his new shop, all the people started coming to him, and because of his expertise in his job, everybody will like his work. But there was one problem with this guy. He was short tempered. He will easily get annoyed with anyone. Any small thing, anybody will ask, and he will start immediately shouting at him. So he was very short tempered, and because of that, people were scared, and very soon he started losing all his customers. And he also got to know that he got anger issues. So he thought that better I don't deal with these customers directly. I will hire an assistant. So he hired a lady assistant. So all the customers will deal with the assistant, and the assistant will take care of giving the clothes back once Suresh will get them ready. But probably Suresh forgot that he will have to still deal with that assistant. No, even though he might not be talking to the customers, but he will have to talk to the assistant. Um, so that's why somehow we think that anger is something we can go as we are in a situation today. Like, okay, I'm short tempered, no problem. I'll make some adjustment and I'll deal with it. No, we have to deal with the people of this world. We have to live in this world. There are situations and things around us, and no matter we want or not, they are there to irritate us or to trouble us. They are there. So if we say there will be no anger, no, there will be anger. It's a false claim if anyone is making that you will be anger free. No, there will be anger, there will be irritation, you will be annoyed, definitely for sure. It's like I said, it's a flood of emotion that will keep coming. It's not in your control. It's This is how our body has been, this is how this material world has been created. But Suresh wanted to avoid that. So when he hired this lady, now this lady got irritated because he has to talk to Suresh, and Suresh will, as I told you, is a short temper guy. So eventually this lady also left him. But by now, this lady got some understanding of how tailoring works happen. So she opened her new shop in the neighborhood, and she was very good in nature, very well behaved. Even though she was not very expert in her job, but she was very good in talking to the people. So all the customers started coming to her shop now, and Suresh started losing his business. Now Suresh felt jealous against this lady because he was thinking, oh, this lady, she learned from me, and now she has opened her new shop. So he's still not thinking that you need to work on yourself. He's thinking that people are so ungrateful, you know. She learned from me, and now she has opened her new shop. So all these people, they started coming to this lady, and she started earning good. And while Suresh was losing his business, he was feeling more and more morose and jealous about it. So one day, what happened? Suresh wife went to this lady, and she said that I'm giving you a proposal. I can buy your shop, and but you have to leave this village. So this lady said, yes, I am fine with that, but this is the price of my shop. So Suresh wife said, okay, this is your money, and the shop is mine. And Suresh wife thought that in few days, when Suresh birthday will come, I will give this shop as a gift to Suresh. And she went to home. This the very same night, Suresh thought that okay, enough is enough. She went in dark in night. She went there. He went there, and he burned that shop, that lady assistant shop. He burned. And when the shop was burning, Suresh was right there, standing in proud that now I will earn more business because the shop is no more. And there, the very same time, Suresh wife comes there running, saying that what did you do? This is your shop. I bought it today. I bought it this morning. I thought I'll give this to you, but so this is how we do, right? In real life situation also, whenever we are angry, we do things that we should not be doing because what happens as soon as we get this, like if you know the ground is fully covered by a muddy water, isn't it? You can't clearly see the ground if the ground is muddy. Similarly, the intelligence is completely covered when this flood of emotions come on it. You and then we regret later when these emotions get settled down. We regret later. Oh, what did I do? I remember some time back in my college days, uh, there were two good friends. Their rooms were like next to each other, and it was exam time. So one friend came to another saying that, "Can you give me your notebook? I have to prepare for like for the exam." So the other friend said, okay, you can take the book, but because I also have to prepare you, when would you give this back to me? He said, I'll give it to you probably by 9 p.m. in the evening. He said, okay, that's fine. I will wake up whole night and I will prepare for the next day exam. That's fine. You please take it. So he gave those notes to his friend. Now and then it's evening time, like 7 or 8 p.m. So this friend, right, who gave this his notes to the other, he went to mess to have the dinner, and then he came back. Then he thought that probably I'll take the notes back, but when he checked, the door was locked, and he was like, oh, what to do, because I need my notes, the exam is there tomorrow. So and then he started he went really mad. He was like, where is he, where is he? I'll see him. How would I do? I have exam tomorrow. He's so careless. I'm not able to find him anywhere. What is going on? He got really mad. Around 11 o'clock or so, he saw that this friend was coming, and then without even asking anything, this friend caught hold of him and slapped him hard. So this is why what are you doing this? He said, where are my notes? You promised you will give me by 9 p.m. and it's already 11 p.m. Where are you? Where were you? Then this friend said that I had to really rush for an important work. Actually, I had some issue at my home. So the hostel warden called me. I had to rush. But I gave all your notes at 8:30 p.m. itself to your roommate. Did you check with your roommate? And he immediately rushed to your roommate, and his roommate said, yeah, I kept that notebook on your bed. I thought you will come, you will check your bed, so you will get yourself. I was also busy in preparing for the exam. So now you see he took some action because of being angry. He took some action of slapping his friend, and now the sorry will not work. Even though this friend went, I said sorry, I it's not your fault, I realize, and I don't know what to do, I'm so sorry. But so we get to we come across these situations in our life, where we do certain things and then we regret later that why did we do that. And sometimes others also do that, sometimes others also do with us, and then they say sorry, we did that, and then but the relationship is remains no more the same as it was before, isn't it? So these are the effects of anger, and anger burns the person who is angry and not the person who we are angry upon, right? So yeah, but it can be used in the Lord service. When it is used in Lord service, it is glorified very much. For example, if you see, Hanuman was angry for Lord Ram, so we still call Hanumanji as a great devotee of Lord Ram, as an angry man, isn't it? He used his anger to burn whole Lanka in the service of the Lord. Similarly, Arjuna, he used anger in the service of Lord Krishna. He was angry on the battlefield while he was killing the warriors in opposite party, Duryodhan's party. So he was using his anger in the service of Lord Krishna. He actually never wanted to kill them. We read Bhagavad Gita in beginning itself. Arjuna is saying, "No, I will go and I will become renunciate. I don't want to fight." But Krishna said, "No, I tell you, you go and fight." Then he said, "Okay." Then he decided that because Krishna is saying, "I will fight." So then he used his anger in Krishna's service. So it's a powerful emotion which can be used in uh, in Lord service. Um, let's see. Um, we'll discuss those five cases also. But before that, I want to discuss the origin of anger. Um, let's discuss from the basics, and then I will come to these two shlokas actually. The basics are very important before we come to this shloka. Mm, we'll see if those. I'll try to explain, and you please feel free to pitch in wherever you feel like. Um, some of you might have already seen me discussing this, but it would be a revision for you. Okay, so in our body, all of you know, right? In our body, this body is like a box in which we are stuck. Correct, no? What is this dot in between? Can someone tell me? What is this? What I made? Everybody understood, right? What is this box? This is body. And what is inside this?
Soul.
Yes, this is soul. Correct, no? Now, in this box, we have false ego. Correct. We have what? Mind. Correct. Then we have intelligence, and then gross body. Correct, no? These are the components. So in let me keep the box so it is more readable. So we have yeah. So we have false ego, we have mind, then we have intelligence, and then what we have? Gross body. Okay, I will ask one by one. Uh, Poonam Mataji, what is gross body?
Gross body is, which consists of, our body having heart, lungs, and,
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
skin
True.
and everything. Yeah, that's the gross body.
Okay, thank you, Poonam Mataji. So, gross body means whatever our body that we see, the gross part of the body, yeah, heart and all, but like Poonam Mataji told. And then this is soul, and then this is our full body, you can say. in which these are the different components: false ego, mind, intelligence, and gross body. This is the soul. Now, what happens? Let me. Do you guys see my screen? The PPT, or you guys see
The whiteboard.
the
You
whiteboard?
see the
Okay.
whiteboard, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Let me share my full screen. Help. Screen. Okay. So you see in this shloka, this is very important. So please pay attention to it. Most of the things that we will discuss in Bhagavad Gita are dependent on this. So Krishna tells, so Parashar Muni has given a definition of Bhagwan. We discussed this in our 101 meeting also last 2 weeks back. So Parashar Muni says that Aishwarasya Samaragasya Virasya Yashasya Shriya Gyan Vairagyasya Yoshreva Shananam Bhag Iti Rana. Right? So we say, okay, Balwan, Gyanwan. One means possessing Gyan. So one who is possessing Gyan is known as Gyanwan. One who is possessing Bal is known as Balwan. One who is possessing Buddhi is known as Buddhiman. Similarly, who is possessing Bhag is known as Bhagavan. So what is Bhag? So this shloka gives the definition of Bhag. So Parashar Muni tells that Aishwarasya Samragasya Viryasya Yashasya Shriya Gyan Vairagyasya. So these are the six things: Aishwarasya, Samaragasya, Viryasya, Yashasya, Shriya, Gyan, Vairagya. So Parashar Muni is saying that these are the six things, and whoever has these six things, all in all, is known as Bhagavan. Right? So Lord Krishna is all beautiful, all strength, all fame, all wealth, all knowledge, all renunciation is there. So because of all these things, one is qualified as Bhagavan. Now I'll take you to the whiteboard once again. So what happens? These in this false ego, these six things keep hitting the soul because soul wants to imitate Bhagavan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have beauty here, or strength, or renunciation, or knowledge. What else? Or Ishwarasya, Aishwarasya,
Knowledge.
Samragyasya, wealth. Huh? Yeah, knowledge is done. Okay. Wealth and what else? Strength is done. No? Okay, strength is done. Yeah, fame.
Mm.
Correct. No? So it's beauty, strength, renunciation, knowledge, wealth, and fame. So these six qualities are there in Krishna in full, right? Which means you can keep like, look at it. Let's say you are watching some object and it's very pleasurable to your eyes. For how long you can keep watching that object? You go to Niagara Falls, and Niagara Falls, very nice Niagara Falls. You go there, you're like, wow, this is amazing. But for how long you can keep visiting the beauty of Niagara Falls? Eventually you're like, oh, I'm done, boss. Let's go back to home. Correct, na? And no matter how much strength a WWF fighter has, he also is beaten by some other person. You know? So nobody can claim that I am all beautiful, I have all strength, I am fully renunciate, or I have full knowledge, I know everything. And no matter who is the richest person of this world, but even the richest person of the world cannot say that I own all the wealth of the world. You know? So which means he's not all wealthy. Fame, no one can say that I am fully famous, even an ant knows me. Or even I know everybody of the world. So the point is when a soul, this is the soul, when a soul falls into this material world, the soul tries to imitate all these six qualities of Krishna. And it is never satisfied when it is trying to get these qualities from this world. So I give you one example. Let's say strength. Krishna has full strength. Now soul also wants to imitate Krishna, which means soul also wants to get all strength fully. But as much it is working on the strength, that much it wants to work more, more and more and more, never satisfied. Correct now? How does it work? So false ego, why it is calling false? Because falsely soul is trying to achieve all these things, all beautiful, all strength, never satisfied. So how it was? False ego pushes the mind to get all these qualities in full. Mind pushes the intelligence to make arrangements, so he gets all these qualities in full. Intelligence pushes the gross body to make arrangements for the mind satisfaction. For example, let's say knowledge, hmm, or fame. Okay, fame. Let's say fame. False ego has this conception in the mind: I want to become famous. So it will push the mind. Mind is now mind has developed lot of desires to be famous, and mind keeps thinking, I want to become famous, more, and more. And it keeps pushing those desires on intelligence. Now intelligence is making plan. Probably I will start a YouTube channel, or probably I'll start a business. Probably I will become scientist. So start making arrangements so that it will become, the soul will become famous. And then intelligence pushes the gross body, which means you physically go and do those things. Let's say intelligence says, okay, I become a scientist. Now gross, it engages the gross body to go into a university, study there, become the scientist. So let's say become the scientist, you invent something, you get some fame, and then the gross body is sending this message to mind, are you satisfied? I got some fame. But then mind says, no, I'm not done yet. It pushes the intelligence to do something else or more, so get more fame. So then it pushes the gross body, and then the cycle keeps going on. You know, now soul is never satisfied in this whole pursuit of being all famous. Any questions so far? I'll take a pause here. All this drama of this world, that we go through, can be solved if we understand this philosophy, how it works. So whether it is anger or other relationships, other things that we want in our life, they go through this. So that's one. Similarly, let's say wealthy. Krishna is all wealthy. He owns millions and millions of universes. No one can say I'm more wealthy than Krishna. You know? What to talk about Krishna? They cannot even compete their own neighbor. And if the neighbor is able to compete with them, then the neighbor cannot say I can um, compete with the wealthiest person of the world. Even the wealthiest person of the world, like I said, cannot say that I own the whole wealth of the world, right? But Krishna can say, yes, I own the whole wealth of the world. Even during um, inhalation, Krishna takes all the universes within himself, and during annihilation, all the universes come out of him. So all the wealth belongs to Krishna, is all wealthy. So similarly, false ego, pushes the mind to become more and more and more and more wealthy, earn more, one home, two home, three home. Similarly, this package, more package, like that. So mind starts keep pushing the intelligence keep pushing the gross body. So it's like a loop. The soul gets stuck in. Correct, na? So you
Hare
yes, Mataji.
Sorry, Prabhuji, to interrupt you.
No,
I
no,
have
please,
one
please
question.
feel free.
Prabhuji, as we know that soul has no attachment, uh,
To
soul
these
is
things.
independent. मतलब soul पे
Correct.
कोई impact नहीं पड़ता है. Soul
Mm-hmm.
independent होती है.
हाँ.
तो जैसे you said कि material world में आके soul compete करना चाहती है, मतलब कृष्णा की fully body, मतलब fully beauty हो, fully strength हो.
उसके
But
साथ
जो
हाँ.
soul तो
Mm-hmm.
पर वो तो independent होती है ना. आप
हाँ,
समझ
हाँ.
रहे हो मैं क्या कहना.
करेक्ट. हाँ, हाँ.
तो तो फिर सोल, इसका मतलब सोल इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं है. आई
सोल
मीन सोल.
इंडिपेंडेंट उस सेंस में है कि फ्री विल है सोल की. सोल की ना
ओके.
अपनी फ्री विल है, उस सेंस में इंडिपेंडेंट है. बट वैसे तो कृष्णा बोल ही रहे हैं ना, माम मंशा जीव लोक जीव भूता सनातना. तो सोल डिपेंडेंट है किस पे? भगवान पे. पर यहाँ पे फ्री विल के चाह उसमें फ्री विल की वजह से सोल को लगता है कि आई एम इंडिपेंडेंट, आई कैन बिकम इंडिपेंडेंट एज कृष्णा. सो वो मिमिक करने लगती है सोल. आई गिव एन एग्जांपल, जैसे मान लो वाटर ड्रॉप, ओशन और ओशन से ड्रॉप है, तो ओशन की ड्रॉप एक तरह से इंडिपेंडेंट है भी, बट वो किसका पार्ट है? ओशियन का पार्ट है। या जैसे एक मशीन है, मशीन का एक पेज गिर गया, अब वो पेज की अपने आप एक इंडिविजुअलिटी तो है ना, वो पेज है अपने आप में, इंडिविजुअल पेज है, वो नहीं है? आप समझे क्या बोल रहा हूँ? बट वो
यस
पेज
यस
कब सेटिस्फाई होगा? क्योंकि पेज किसके लिए बना है? उस मशीन के एक पर्टिकुलर होल के लिए ही बना है, वो वहीं पर फिट होगा, वो इधर उधर कहीं फिट नहीं हो सकता है। यू अंडरस्टैंड माई पॉइंट ना? तो इसलिए
यस
उसको वहीं पे फिट होने में तभी जमेगा, वो इधर उधर जाएगा फिट होने का प्रयास करेगा, वो नहीं हो पाएगा, क्योंकि और कहीं उसकी फिटिंग बनी ही नहीं है। तो वैसे ही जो सारे जीव है ना, उनकी फिटिंग कृष्णा से के लिए ही बनाई गई है। इसलिए जीव कहीं भी सेटिस्फाई नहीं हो सकता until it will fit to Krishna, it will serve Krishna. Does that make sense मेरा हाँ हाँ।
ये बस प्रभु जी, सो वी कैन से कि जो हमारी सोल होती है, जैसे हम प्योरिटी की बात करते हैं,
हम्म।
तो जब वर्ड में आती है तो वो भी कंटामिनेटेड हो जाती है।
हाँ, वो तो बात है ही ना, क्योंकि फॉल्स ईगो आ गई ना उसमें, तो तुरंत वो इसलिए यहाँ भेज दी जाती है कि भाई ठीक है, अब सब इधर ही, जैसे प्रिजन हाउस में बोलते हैं ना कि भाई ठीक है, अभी आप यहाँ के लॉ फॉलो नहीं कर पा रहे हो, यू गो टू प्रिजन हाउस एंड रेक्टिफाई योरसेल्फ, देन यू कम आउट। तो जितना भी ये मटेरियल वर्ड है, इसलिए इसको प्रिजन हाउस भी बोल देते हैं कि भैया ये सब प्रिजन हाउस की तरह है, ये कॉन्टामिनेटेड सोल्स आर हियर, प्यूरिफाई देम, यू प्यूरिफाई देमसेल्व्स एंड देन कम बैक टू द स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड।
ओके ओके, तो प्रभु जी मेरा कंसेप्ट ही, मैं फिर गलत उसमें थी
जी जी।
कंसेप्ट में, क्योंकि मेरे को ये पता था कि जो सोल होती है, मतलब इस
हम्म
वर्ल्ड में इंडिपेंडेंट रहती है, बट जो
हम्म
हमारी ग्रॉस बॉडी होती है और जो उससे जुड़ी हुई ये जो हमारी फॉल्स ईगो होती है, माइंड
हम्म।
इंटेलिजेंस, ये कंटामिनेटेड होता है। देखो ये
अच्छा, नहीं नहीं,
ओके
बेसिकली सोल ना एक ऐसी प्योर चीज है कि मैं दोनों पे बात करता हूँ, बिकॉज यू रेज दिस एंड वेरी नाइस पॉइंट। क्या होता है कि अगर हम इस संसार में भी देखें ना, तो कोई भी व्यक्ति इंडिपेंडेंटली काम नहीं कर रहा है। जैसे अगर मान लीजिए मैं हूँ, मुझे पानी पीना है, तो क्या मैं पानी खुद से जनरेट कर सकता हूँ? आई एम डिपेंडेंट ऑन नेचर, I am dependent on the government to supply that. Now, government is also dependent on nature. Nature will supply the water, then government will supply to their citizens. Correct, na? So, even as a father, I am not. I am also dependent, because how would I take care of my children if I will not get the income from my company? Now, company can say, "Oh, I am fully independent." No, you are also dependent on me. If I will not work, how will you earn the money?
राइट।
Correct, na? All jivas in this material world, all are dependent. कोई भी ये नहीं कह सकता कि भाई मैं फुल्ली इंडिपेंडेंट हूँ किसी भी तरह से, सो दैट ओनली कृष्णा कैन से। परंतु देयर इज द गैप, जब हम यहाँ पे जीव मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में आता है ना, he tries to become Krishna, so he tries to behave like he is independent, you know. That is why some people become too opinionated. Whatever I am saying is right, you follow me, it's my way or highway, you know. It's like that. That is why all these things, you know, all these problems come into picture. Once we know that yes, we are the servant of Krishna, so we are the servant of all living beings, and Krishna, you take care of us, we take care of you. That's the business actually. Now someone can say, take care of Krishna, Krishna is fully independent. How, what would you take care of Krishna? Take care of Krishna means serving Krishna. He is fully independent, he is Satchidanand, but we can be Satchidanand by serving him.
सो प्रभु जी,
हाँ।
आई हैव वन मोर क्वेश्चन।
हम्म
सॉरी, मतलब वो थोड़ा आगे वो बढ़ जाएगा। तो
नहीं नहीं
उसमें
फिर
ऐसे बोलते हैं, किस सेंस में बोलते हैं कि जैसे कि कृष्णा, कृष्णा के बिना एक पत्ता भी नहीं हिल सकता। तो आई मीन, क्योंकि
हम्म
बिकॉज पीपल रेज दिस क्वेश्चन, लोग ये क्वेश्चन रेज करते हैं कई बार कि
हम्म।
मतलब यानी गलत जो हो रहा है वो भगवान की वजह से हो रहा है, मतलब फिर वहां पे
हाँ हाँ।
कर्मास का कहाँ आ जाता है, ये समझ
ओके,
में नहीं आता।
so two things, right? One is one is sanction and one is desire, है ना?
हम्म
Let's take an example of a company. Let's say uh, I don't follow company policy.
हम्म
Hmm? And then HR says, okay, we are firing you because we are asking you so many times to come on time. You are coming like afternoon and you are not listening at all. We are firing you. So who is the sanctioning authority?
हम्म
Is the company.
यस।
Company is sanctioning, okay, this person is, we don't need him. But are they desiring to really fire me?
नो।
Correct, no?
No.
So in that perspective, Krishna is controlling all the universe, whether it is material and spiritual, but he is like a sanctioning authority. But he has given the free will to all the living entities that okay, you follow your I'm giving you the free will. If you want to mimic me, if you want to imitate me, if you want to enjoy independently, I'm giving you the free will. But behave properly, otherwise I am the sanctioning authority. This is what I'm saying. It's not like he is a cruel person that behave. It means there are certain laws, like in a company also certain laws. We follow them, we can be promoted, we can have a nice life. But if we want to live our own way, then there are rules. If you don't follow it, then there is a retaliation. There is a outcome for that. Correct? So yes, everything in the universe is running
Okay.
because Krishna is a sanctioning authority. So whatever awards we are getting because Krishna is also sanctioning them. Okay, you are behaving nicely. This is the prize. You know, some people get very nice children, some people get nice body, nice house, all the other facilities. So it is a price of whatever good karma we did. Krishna is saying, okay, you did nice and good karma. I'm sanctioning. You get all these rewards. But whoever is not has done, let's say, previously has not done good karma, and getting some reaction now in this life, then Krishna is also sanctioning. No, you because of those past misdeeds, this is the result. And that is why Krishna is telling to Arjuna in this in Bhagavad Gita also that this past karma, present karma, future karma, get rid of all of them because those are meant to keep you stuck in this prison house. What is this prison house? This body. This body itself is a big prison house for the soul. Like, no?
So I have a question, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, so the thing is, what all we are discussing here. So the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to understand.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, like, just like in this world, like there is like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of suffering. A lot of people suffer also.
Mm-hmm.
There is a famine, there's a flood,
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
there's so the question here is like, are like they must have done like a very bad karma in the past. That's what they suffered in this life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So this
Okay.
karma is so I was discussing this subject in our East Agosti. If there is a, let's say you have to send one letter from US to India, how many people are engaged in that? Huh? You will you just send this letter to you, drop this letter to USPS, mention the address, your India address, and your job is done. Now this letter probably within a week will send it to so will send to India to your India home address, isn't it? But see the people involved in this in the whole ecosystem, how many people are engaged to send that one letter to your India address? You understood the point? Yes.
Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now see, one soul is doing karma in one life. In one lifetime, soul is doing karma, plus minus, some good, some bad, some good, some bad. Now it has accumulated some karma, and this soul has to be given the result of this karma. There would be some positive result because of his good karma in this life. There would be some negative result because of the bad things he did in this life. So similarly, for this soul to get that karma at the right time and in the right proportion to what he has done that karma, there are so many devatas involved, you know. So those devatas are making sure that this soul is rightly punished and rightly awarded at the right time. So let's say a flood comes and thousands of living entities are dying. Not only human beings, but even an ant is dying in that flood. Correct? No? So all these devatas are keeping a close eye. They are the messenger of Lord Krishna. Krishna has appointed them to do this duty. Like government has appointed all these people in post office, in courier and all to make sure that this uh, our letter goes to the right destination. Similarly, Krishna has appointed all these people, all these devatas, to take care of all living entities, to make sure they are getting the right result of their right karma. So these devatas are making sure that, let's say a flood comes, then all these living entities come together at that very time, and the flood is getting killing them all. Similarly, some countries, they are very peaceful. All the people, let's say, are very living very nicely. They have the nice facilities of life. Then all these souls in previous life have has done good karma. Then all these devatas are again making sure that they come together and take birth in that land and get the result of their karma. India is considered as a holy land because people born in India are mostly very pious. They have the mindset towards spirituality. They want to learn, they want to grow. So they have done their good karma in the past, because of which all these devatas, they make arrangement. So those souls take birth in India, and then they start their journey from where they left in the previous life. So there's a heavy arrangement. Does that make sense, Buna Mataji?
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Nice discussion. Let me see what's the time. We have 8 minutes away, so probably we'll resume this discussion next weekend, but we'll try to finish in next 8 minutes as much we can. So we were discussing this, right? Give me 1 minute. Monica Mataji, are you good?
Did you ask me?
Yes,
No.
yes, Prabhuji.
Monica.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, okay. Neha Mataji, you're good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so now you see the soul has nothing to do with this, neither with false ego nor with mind or um, intelligence or gross body. Soul is completely away from all this, but unnecessarily soul is thinking, oh, they are my best friend or they are me. He's actually thinking, soul is thinking they are me. It's me. Like let's say someone gifts you the car, and then something happens to the car and you're like, how can you do this to my car? See, you have not invested any energy to buy that car. Someone gifted you. And you are unnecessarily getting attached to the car. So Krishna is gifted to all these things to us, but we are unnecessarily getting attached to it. So the flood of emotions that we were talking about beginning this discussion today resides here, and it resides here, to some extent here, and to a good extent here also. It extends everywhere. So first it starts with here, that is the starting point of anger. Then it is transferred to mind. Mind transfers to intelligence, where a person starts making arrangement. How do I take revenge from that person? When he will say this, then next time I will say this. I will reply like this. And then gross body means tongue starts replying, or let's say hand starts beating him, like that. So these are the resting place of the anger. But the important point is the soul is either suffering or taking enjoyment in these interactions, even though it is completely aloof of all these things. Correct? No? All of you understood this concept? I'll proceed to the slide. If there is any question, please let me know. I would be more than happy to discuss it again. So now let's come to this shloka. This says Dhyayato Vishyan Punsa Sangasteshu Prajayate Sanga Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodha Vijayate. Now Krishna is telling the sequence how anger arises. Krishna says, while contemplating the object of senses, a person develops attachment for them. From such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises. So we are having anger in our life out of some situation, then we should start immediately thinking, what actually I am contemplating so much upon, because of which I am getting angry, because that is the starting point of anger. So what are senses? So we talked about gross body just now, correct? No? So this gross body means all the senses. Now, how do we get pleasure in satisfying the senses? Different things are there. Sometimes people will say nice words to us. Will then we get puffed up. Oh yeah, I'm really very nice. Sometimes people say, Prue, you give very nice lecture. And let's say I'm thinking, yes, actually I have something. Yeah, I explain very nicely. And then what would happen? Any moment Someone else will say, Prabhu, you didn't do that. You didn't say that rightly. You were wrong there. Then immediately, I will start, because I contemplated a lot on my senses, on the object of my senses, that I'm very nice person. I give very nice classes, or I am very good in my sadhana, or I wake up early in the morning. So like that, I started contemplating on something nice about me, isn't it? And as soon as I'm contemplating nice about me, any person who is putting a question mark on that niceness about me, I started, and then I started becoming angry, because the contemplation makes that person attached to that particular thing, or even a person. Let's say, let's say a boy is thinking about a girl. The starting point is thinking, and then he starts contemplating about it more and more and more. Sometimes, let's say he has a picture also of that girl. Then what would happen? He will develop attachment for them. He will develop attachment for that girl. And what would happen after the attachment? Lust develops. Lust means that I just want to get it anyhow. I just need it. No matter what, I just need it for a particular thing, person, or from our own from our own self also. I want this from me for sure. Why I'm not getting this? I deserve this. Why everybody has it? Why should I not? Like that. So the contemplation is the starting point actually for these problems. So like we were discussing, the contemplation, the attachment, and the lust develops, and lust means anger arises. That is a starting point of anger. That is the end result of contemplation. And then second shloka, Krishna is telling the effect of anger. From anger, complete delusion arises. So this is the same point, we were discussing then, that if it is a nice floor, fresh, nicely cleaned floor, and there is a muddy water on it, then you cannot see the floor. So what happened? Krishna is telling from anger, complete delusion arises. So by now it's mud. And from delusion, bewilderment of memory, which means you have thrown the muddy water on the ground. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost. Now this floor is lost. Correct, no? When intelligence is lost, once again, one falls down again into the material pool, which means we degrade ourselves from our situation. We might be the very nice person for everybody, but as soon as anger arises, everything is lost and we do things which we should not be doing. So this is the effect, this is the origin of the anger, and this is the effect of that anger. Right, no? This is very dangerous, isn't it? The contemplation is the problem actually. As soon as we contemplate, gone. So you see in this, I added few more columns to discuss. Okay, we are almost over. It will take like 10-15 more minutes to complete this slide. So let's do one thing. We'll resume in the next class. Okay. We'll discuss it in the next class. Thank you all for joining. Today we have Rath Yatra. So if you guys can make it, it's a nice time. It's a once in a year opportunity. So please try to make it. Thank you for joining. Any comment, any question?
Thank you, Prabhuji,
Thank you.
for explaining it so
Thank
well about the anger.
We'll discuss it. We'll discuss it more. I hope you will not get
Hare
angry.
No, no. The thing is, when you explain it, you look back at yourself also and see, how you can better manage the situations that, sometimes you
Yeah,
get completely lost. Yeah.
yeah,
But,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, thank you so much, in detail and explaining each and everything.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
thanks again.
yeah. Thank you so very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Srila
Prabhuji.
Prabhupada ki
Thank
Hare
you.
jai.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.